Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink. It's a time to expand. That is why I'm inviting you to join me and a small group of leaders on May 23 and 24, 2025 in Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, you need to see with new eyes, right? To recognize the opportunities and the obstacles. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing together at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. Remember, accelerator. Some people are going to go 10x, 100x, 1000x after this session together. The first day we meet together, it's networking. That's one of the major places where you make your money at a meeting like this. And then most of the day on Saturday, 24th May. So register right away, grab your seat. See you on May 23. Hello, everyone. I am excited to say that we had an amazing time at the C-Suite Leadership Retreat at the Oberoi in Marrakech, Morocco. You know what? The treatment was beyond 5-star. The feedback is just amazing. The content of the discussions, paradigm shifted. Just 2 days, right? And it's been an amazing time of pulling away for C-suite leaders and founders and CEOs. And everybody is going home with a paradigm shift, with new ideas to execute. So I would like to say a big thank you to everyone who's been a part of our C-Suite Leadership Retreat 2024. And it's my pleasure to announce from the 8th to the 11th of July 2025, we'll be having the C-Suite Retreat in Dubai. Everyone who attended this year is signing up to come next year. Some of the people who were not here are already signing up to be there. Our numbers must remain small. So my encouragement, sign up right away. Go on my Linktree and just find the link and sign up right away, because we are so sure that in a very short time, all the slots that we have will be taken. So I look forward to seeing you in Dubai in 2025 to your success.
The C-Suite retreat is amazing. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. The high level of excellence, the first class treatment is exceptional.
It's been so wonderful.
It was strategic. Every session has been powerful, and I will definitely come back next year.
I joined the Circle group. While I was going through your message, I went through the 40 days research program. Between then and now, I've seen a lot has changed. All because, some of your messages, some of your leadership words, encouragement on how we should follow procedures. Some of these things, the way you talk it, you make it seem as if it's not difficult.
I went back to the 40-day research. So in one of it, that if I start thinking about being a victim or anything, it's not going to help me and it's not going to help my employer as well. So every day when I'm driving to work, I play each of those things. And it has really helped me. Wow. Oh, it has helped me. Wow. I found out that the way I see myself has really, really changed.
I immediately joined Circle and started the 40-day reset. It has been absolutely life-changing for me as far as a mindset shift that I didn't know I needed.
It's a very wonderful mental reset. If you're just joining in here and you have not tried that, please just go and check it out. I can promise you will come back and testify.
Dear leader, when you want to take your business forward, what do? You check your capacity for exploration and your capacity for exploitation. Both are important strategies. Exploration has to do with new markets, new products, new services, expansion, growth. The exploitation has to do with you deriving value from what is already there. Now you've got to be successful on both platforms. Now to do that, you need insights. You need insights to be able to move from resources to resourcefulness. And the best way to do that You've got to hang around smart people. Because just a slight shift in your perspective would help you to uncover value where it is. Sometimes it's likely been around you for a long time, but you've not paid attention to it. Now that's exactly what's going to happen in the room at our Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable holding in Lagos, Nigeria on May 23 and 24. This is not going to be thousands of people like we normally do, just about 50 people in a room. Smart people. I remember recently at one of our meetings, so one of us took time to give some insights on the psychology of a particular core group that is a part of our target audience. When it was done, I gave him a hand clap. I said, you know what you just did? You just delivered the master class there. I like to hang around smart people. Remember, insight is the key to uncovering value. Now, with that small number of people, I'm also bringing in two of my friends who are highly experienced in business. We're going to be answering questions. We're going to be resolving issues for people. Amazing. Not to talk of the networking value. The first day, the 23rd, we're having dinner together and networking, getting to know one another. And on the 24th, almost the whole day, we'll be discussing together. We'll be resolving issues. Wow, this is the kind of a thing you don't want to miss. So we call it the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. The key word is accelerator. Why? It's for those of us that want to go 10x, 100x, 1000x. So, by the way, I have a few slots available for one-on-one with some people. I can do it for 50 people, just a few people, but a small number of people. So honestly, you need to just grab your seat right away. It's going to be revolutionary. And this is the only way to deal with the disruptions going on in our world right now. It's the only way. It's not the time to shrink. It's the time to expand. And James Clear says that if you're going 10x or 100x or 1000x, you don't increase complexity. You don't increase quantity. You actually go for simplicity. That simplicity comes through insight. So this is our investment of time and money in gaining insight, in gaining wisdom. Wow, this is going to be life-changing. Anyway, the seats are few. Grab yours fast. And I look forward to seeing you on May 23. Dear leader, Hello, everyone. Yes. Thank you for joining us on this live Leadership Live, we call it. Wow, how has your day been? I guess some of us may just be starting the day, but for some of us, it's already even crossed over into tomorrow, right? Into Tuesday. Anyway, how has your week been? It's been a few days since we got to meet. I've been traveling a bit. I'll talk about that in a moment. Thank you for joining us, John from London. Amazing. Yeah, this is always a global event. Okay. Thank you. I see Bukola from Ipara Remo, Ogun State, and Tolulope. Thank you for seeing you again. Yeah, thank you. Adefemi from Osun State, Nigeria. Musa Sako. Where are you joining us from? Please remember to put the city, right? And probably the country you're joining us from, if possible. So thank you, Musa. Tiger from Akwa Ibom State. Yes, Tolu Lopez joining us from Lagos. Amazing. Yes, I see Professor Taiwo Jo here from Lagos. Thank you. Good. Clement from Ilori, Nigeria. Amazing. Psalm 7. Amazing. From Kumasi, Ghana. Thank you for always being here. Thank you. Yes, and Ambassador Dr. Stephen from Lagos. Good to see you. Eniola Success from Lagos. Pastor Team from Chicago. Thank you. Good to see you again. Dr. Sam from Port Harcourt. Amazing. Yes, to the requests. Her day has been tired but productive. Good. Oh, Abraham said, really missed not having this session last week. I was traveling. Sorry about that. Oh, Chris joining us from Liberia. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But this says you're a source of inspiration to me whenever I'm hearing and understanding your teaching. I feel blessed. Thank you. Kola is joining us from Scotland. Amazing. And Tessie from Delta State, Nigeria. And Captain Sam from Lagos. Wow. And Engineer Haruna from Kano. Amazing. Thank you. And Sanima, sending us from Ghana. Chris from Abuja. Francis from South Carolina. And Titus from Abeokuta. Moro Mubo from Maryland. Amazing. Kola from Ikorodu, Lagos. And Tease, right? Joseph from Senegal. Amazing. Ha ha ha. Yeah, Precious says, I got the book Shifts. Yay. Congratulations. And I hope, I really, really believe you will enjoy the reading. David's from Lagos. And Famara is joining us from Gambia. Amazing. And Yitagesu from Ethiopia. Wow. Deborah from Lagos. Funshaw from the US, Edwin from Benin City, Omolola from Scotland. Amazing. Kawade Yusuf from DC, Washington, DC. Wow. Yeah, I passed through the Dulles Airport on Saturday. It was a fast one. Marcos joined us from Vienna, Austria. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. And Christopher from Cameroon. Thank you. And Shego from Calgary, Alberta, in Canada. Thank you. And Balinga from Lagos. David from Lagos. This is amazing, right? So the point is that this is a global event. We are a global leadership movement. We are a global leadership movement. Where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. Right? Where the head goes, that's where the rest of the body goes. Most people live their lives like the tail. Nobody makes any decision in the tail. And the tail does not, you drag the tail about. Wherever you drag it to, that's where it goes. Some people live their lives like that, like wheelbarrows, not going further than other people push them. In this movement, we're not like that. In this movement, we believe that leadership is influence. It's the ability to influence one or more people to achieve goals. And once you bring the definition of leadership down to influence, everybody has it. Everybody has that capacity to affect the state of a person or thing. That's what influence is. Capacity to affect the state of a person or thing. So in our world, we have capacity to influence, and we are also influenced by other people, right? So you want to be intentional, and we are awakening the giants in everybody. I promise you that. No. There's something called average leadership quotient. People keep looking for those messianic leaders that will come and magically transform our world. It's not coming. It's the average leadership quotient of everybody that actually determines sustainable progress. So when you refuse, right, to develop and use your influence, you have authorized other people to influence you and to take the world in the direction that they want. Right? So that's why here we have thousands and thousands of people that are a part of this movement, and we're saying everyone can lead. Good. So as we take off today, yes, I'm going to be sharing some thoughts, and as usual, and then we'll be asking questions, and I'll do my best to answer. And other people can also type their answers in the chat room, and we see how far we can go. I know it's late already, so we're not going to keep us late into the night. All right. So a big thank you to everyone for joining us. Okay, let's do this. Can we share? Yes. Can you actually go on, because this is showing on Twitter right now. Sorry, on X right now. Yes. Good. So I'm going there to repost. So can we go on the various platforms and share, right? Share. Bring other people into this discussion right now. That's what's going to make our world better. You know what that is? It's leadership. It's influence. You get one other people to come into this live right now. And it could just be the thing that will transform their lives, honestly. So yes, let's go ahead and do it. Let's start the leadership, the practicals right now. Yes. Good. So right now, I'm on a major campaign around the world. And this is what the campaign is about. Shifts. 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. 6 steps to transform your mindset and elevate your leadership. Powerful transformation methodology is in this book. Powerful transformation methodology. So you need to get your copy. Grab your copy. The SHIFT is an acronym for seeing, hearing, insight, formulate, transform, and succeed. Okay? Yes. Whatever you see and hear consistently over time will enter your heart and put your life on autopilot. Yeah, it will shape your habits. And those habits will make decisions for you. They will think for you. They put you on auto. Any new goals that you set that do not agree with your habits pulverize them, trump them. It's the reason why many people's New Year resolutions for this year are not working anymore. When they set the goals, they did not remember that they had already programmed themselves. They have internal programming, right? Autopilot system. Yep. When the mind handles something, fresh problem, it tries to crack the problem, or it learns a new way of doing something. By the time you do the thing over and over and it becomes routine to you, your mind pushes it down to your subconscious to allow your mind to deal with fresh problems. Now, whatever goes into that subconscious, which we also call heart, puts you on autopilot, right? That's how driving is for many of us. When we started learning, it was a new thing. It was strange. We made mistakes. But after doing it over and over and over and over, right? After driving for more than 30 years, you don't even think anymore about the driving. You focus your mind on other things. That's it. That thing that is in the subconscious, that's the thing that will prevail. Now, for a group of people, we call it culture. Culture, the auto-programming. What this book does is that it takes you through the process for the making of that auto program. You will be amazed after you understand it to see that the people that own media platforms, the people that do advertising, the people that design the curriculum in the school system, they are people that are out to program you to achieve a particular end. The people that own media platforms, the people that create movies, they've been shaping your life, whether you are conscious of it or not. And this book is a call to you to be intentional about how you create your life and your future. So you'll see it. The first 4 chapters explain the powerful methodology, the principles with stories. You'll see a lot of my stories, other people's stories, and data from research. And then you'll see a chapter on personal shifts. And then you'll see a chapter on how to apply this to teams and organizations. Then you'll see a chapter on how to apply this to nations. I am looking forward to nations being transformed, and you'll be amazed the opportunities I've had to present this to leaders in government in the last few weeks. Amazing. So it's available on Amazon, anywhere you are in the world. Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and the leading bookshops everywhere. in Nigeria. It's available at the Family Life Bookshop, which is on the premises of Daystar Christian Center, Oregon, Lagos. It's also available at Roving Heights, the bookshop, Roving Heights. They're around Nigeria, and they also deliver all over Nigeria. All right. Let me welcome Gabriel from Bagada, Lagos, Samuel from Abuja, Ayorinde from Lagos, Slamien from India, amazing, Rex from Benin City, Toba from Canada, Oluwaseun from Agodo. I see Oluwaseun with popcorn. He says, ready to download another revelation tonight. Abiola is in London. Amazing. Bamidele is in Lagos. Oh, a testimonial from Pastor Tim. I have the book Shifts, and it is tremendously changing my perspective on life. Thank you. Thank God for you, man of God. Wow. Thank you. Perspective, I think that's the greatest gift you could give anybody. So thank you for this powerful feedback. Thank you. Now, Famara says, I have been following you as far back as 2009, and you're a true inspiration to me. Wow. 2009, that's some 16 years now. Thank you for following. Thank you for learning. Thank you for applying. Oluwafemi is from Caleb University, Lagos. Temitope is in Abuja. Augustine is in the UK. Anya Keme is in Lagos. David from Lagos. All right. I'm sure you know I can't go through all the names, right? So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just to let us know this is a global event. This is a global event. Tess is asking, where can we get the book Shift in Delta State? I'll just say, please on Instagram, reach out to at Roving Heights, and then just send them a direct message that you want the book Shifts by Sam Adeyemi, and they'll tell you how to get it. Anyone in Nigeria who wants the book, please go to at Roving Heights, either on X or on LinkedIn or on Instagram, and they'll make it easy for us. All right. Okay. So what's on my mind today? Okay. Like I said, I'll just discuss for a few minutes, and then we can ask questions and we can discuss. What's on my mind? Oh, by the way, I said I was traveling, right? I had an amazing time in Ghana. So something is shifting in Ghana, right? I was in Ghana twice in 6 days. It's amazing. The first time I spoke at the business summit for the largest church denomination in Ghana, the Church of Pentecost. Amazing. Loads and loads of business people. And it was just an amazing time going from by the feedback. And then my good friend, Dr. Joseph Japan, right, the chairman of the Jospon group of companies, gave me a personal testimony that he's found the book Shifts amazing. He's been marking every page that he's been reading and said, you need to share these with our leaders, especially our leaders in government. And then he called up the cabinet secretary for Ghana, and then called up the speaker of the parliament of Ghana, and mentioned to them about me, about the book, and asked if they could give us a short appointment, a quick appointment. And the two gentlemen were so gracious. The two gentlemen were gracious. We saw both of them that same day. Now you can imagine how busy people like that can be. But we were able to see them that day, and I was able to present to them, autographed copies of Shifts. It's amazing. It's amazing, right? And then after that, I was out to Dubai, right, where I spoke at the Women in Leadership Conference. Amazing, hosted by Mrs. Ibukun Awosika. Whoa, over 600 highly successful women in the room, leaders from different continents. It was phenomenal, right? Phenomenal. And I had the opportunity of leading the leadership session for some 90 minutes and also being part of a panel discussion with some powerful people there. It's just phenomenal, right? What's going on? I assure you one thing, everywhere I speak now, I share the shifts principles. Most transformation efforts fail in our world. That's my burden. Most attempts to experience change fail. I've been there. I've been there. It's a very frustrating place to be, right? You're trying to improve your life, trying to change your life. And there are basic reasons why that doesn't happen. And I go deep down here in the book Shift to address them. It's the same with teams. It's the same with organizations. In fact, it's the same with nations. How many nations do you see changing rapidly? Okay. Anyway, if you have gotten a copy of Shifts, you have read at least one chapter. Can you please go on Amazon or any other online platform where you got it from, and please post a review. It's very important. I am not assuming, right? I am not assuming that everybody in the world knows me already. Okay. So the only way they would want to get a feel of who I am, of what the book is about before they make a buying decision. That's why the reviews are so important. So please, as a member of our global community, kindly help to go online and please post a review. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you, Janet from Indiana. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Augustine from Ghana. And Bernard is asking, how can I get the ebook form of the Shift book? It's available on Amazon. It's on Amazon Kindle. You can also go on wiley.com, right? That's the publisher, right? Wiley.com. It's much cheaper. You can download it and start reading right away. Wiley.com. Just type Shift Samadeyemi, okay? And then you'll have the opportunity of buying the e-copy. Okay, good. Something is going on in our world right now. There's a lot of disruption going on. Things are changing fast, right? There's a lot of disruption going on in our world right now. And see, for us in our community, it is important for us to develop the leadership mindset, because the leadership mindset helps you to see things differently. The leadership mindset helps you to see things differently. Where people see problems, you recognize opportunities. Because the essence of leadership is service. It is meeting needs. It is solving problems, right? That's the essence of leadership. That's the essence of leadership, okay? It's meeting needs, it's solving problems. So, whereas the average person runs from problems, the leader runs towards problems. Because the leader is seeing differently, okay? The leader is seeing differently. There are disruptions going on. People are losing their jobs in the thousands. In the US today, they just started shutting down the Department of Education. And people got notices today. Thousands of people got notices, giving them just 30 minutes to vacate their offices. Change is happening. And the experts are saying there's still a high chance that the US economy could experience a recession. What does that mean? Oh, businesses are going to lay people off. In fact, you know, many of the changes going on in government are already affecting people, affecting businesses. So a lot of businesses are actually laying people off. It's just that it's not all of them that make it to the media. And this thing is global, right? Changes are going on. Technology is changing things, right? Technology is changing things. AI is taking people's jobs, right? In fact, I was reading an article today on how AI is making it more and more difficult for people to get jobs, right? That was surprising. That was surprising. I saw that today. It's actually an article in Time magazine, right? AI may make it even harder to find a job. First, because the employers are employing AI, leveraging AI to sort through the CVs. Now, the job seekers themselves are leveraging AI to adjust their CVs, right? So employers are now reverting to referrals. You know, have you seen memes before on social media where they would say, what I ordered, what I got, right? Sometimes when you see the picture of something online, you know, you order it, by the time it is delivered, it's something else entirely that you get, right? So employers are having a lot of those experiences these days, and it's because everybody's now trying to leverage AI. Okay, good. I'm just trying to get your attention, right? Things are changing. Kolawole says, I'm unable to review the book on Amazon as my order is more than 3 months. I pre-ordered in November. Oh, sorry about that, but thank you for trying. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Bio from Cameroon. Thank you for joining us. Okay, good. So, thank you, Bernard from Ghana. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so the world is changing. How are we going to respond? How are we going to respond? And today, I just want to awaken you to the fact that the definition of work is changing. The definition of work is changing. Experts are trying to draw our attention to the fact that in the next 5 years, work as we know it may have changed almost altogether. But of course, usually we don't pay attention until we find ourselves in a crisis situation, right? So the current work structure, at least the one we met, right, was designed for the Industrial Revolution. Okay. And so what happened during the Industrial Revolution, right? Machines were invented, and the machines made mass production possible, right? Yes, the machines made mass production possible. And of course, then you needed to employ a lot of people in those factories to aid the mass production. And then the schools were redesigned, and the curriculum was also designed to mass produce, right? The skills that were needed, and mass produce the accountants, and mass produce, right? Mass produce. Now, the world is changing completely, right? The world is changing completely. Now, that world where you must produce people, right? It created some measure of stability. It created some measure of stability, right? So what I want you to realize is that it actually changed the way work had been done. Think about it. Before that, you had the agrarian revolution. And when agriculture was the main thing, people owned farms. And it was a family that owned the farm. And it was family members that worked on the farm. So you didn't have many people going around looking for jobs like that, because the job was already there in your family. Crafts were mainly family based. So if you had a goldsmith, the whole family were goldsmiths. If you had a musician, the likelihood was the whole family would be there in the music business. If you had someone who was a a mason who was into construction. You just followed in your family tradition, so to speak. But then now this creation of the industrial complex, right, of big factories disrupted that. That's when you began to have this mass movement of people into cities, especially the cities where you had those factories, right? Mass movement of people. Okay, because then all you needed to do was have some skill, apply for some job, and you got a job, and then your pay was guaranteed, right? Your pay was guaranteed at the end of the month. Okay, and then in fact, to be able to keep people for a long time, right, they appealed to this human need for security. So then they designed the retirement plans so that you had something to look forward to in the future. So that when you were retired, then they gave you maybe a gold wristwatch or something, and then at least you were getting some money, regularly in your retirement. That world has been disrupted. That world has been disrupted. Yes, Samuel, AI is artificial intelligence for all-round interface advancement. Once the way people communicate changes in a major way, the way the world runs changes completely. The way the world runs changes completely because technology simply introduces efficiency, improvement in efficiency. At some point, it just causes the way things have been done to expire, right? Just example. So people in a particular town or village, people have been going down to the river to fetch water with their buckets. And then somebody comes and lays pipes, right? Lays pipes from the city straight to the river, attaches a pump in the city, turns the pump on, the pump sucks the water straight from the river. If you insist that you carry the bucket and go down to the river, it's just a matter of time. You get tired. That means of getting water has been rendered obsolete. That's exactly what is going on in our world right now. So you ask me, where do we go? What do we do? Okay. So technology, yeah, so people, of course, are afraid. What the machine will do, what the machine will do in a day, it may take the human 30 days or 50 days to do. What it will take one machine to do, you may need 50 or 100 human beings to do, right? So with time, and I watched this interview attended by Elon Musk, and he said that it's just going to become normal after some time for each person to have their own robot that they train to do things, right? Yes, you program the robot to do everything, right? And the robot will do it more efficiently than you. So he said you can imagine there's coming a time when there'll be like 20 billion of those robots in the world. Mm-hmm. Are you getting ready? Right? Are you prepared? So rather than be afraid that, hey, the robots are going to take our job, there's not going to be work anymore. No. What we should be doing is to be shifting towards the things that the robots cannot do. Right? Yes. The robots cannot have your raw creativity. Your raw creativity. See, what I think is dangerous, or is dangerous going forward, is giving in to the human nature to operate on the survival mode, right? To operate in the survival mode, to go for the barest minimum. Okay. Thank you. Moromupo says, I wrote a post on this today, and these tools are simply what they are, but they are not emotionally intelligent, neither are they able to think critically like us. Okay. So, in our world, people fall into different categories, right? So you have those of us that just do the barest minimum, that just want to barely survive, right? We are low risk takers. We want other people to do the job of creating, and we just take whatever it is they give us. It's risky to operate at that level, right? That's just the challenge. It's risky. Because with these kind of disruptions that we're having right now, laying people off in their thousands and things like that, what do? You get a job, you're not even sure how long you will last on the job before a disruption affects that line of business or that market or that industry, and then the person is laid off, and then the person has to look for another job. Now the experts are saying that actually what's going to happen is almost everybody is going to be a consultant at the end of the day. I know. You see, like I've been saying, some people designed work the way it is now. But before, work was not like that before the Industrial Revolution. You actually were in business on your own. When someone hired you as, let's say, a mason or bricklayer, they hired you on a project by project basis, right? We needed to construct this house. You were hired to do your own job on the house. As soon as the project was finished, the job was finished, and then you found another project to work on. In fact, it was possible for you to work on multiple projects at the same time. That's where things are going. Yeah, that's where things are going again, right? Where if an organization does not need you because they have the machines, right, doing a lot of things, taking on a good chunk of the work. So they don't need you to sit down 9 to 5, every single day, Monday to Friday, for 4 or 5 weeks, and then they pay you at the end of the month. No, they don't need that anymore. They need you only on project, because everything is moving towards efficiency, right? So what does that then require from us? It just requires for us to have an entrepreneurial mindset. That's all. Just see yourself in business. One of the things that helped me early, right, helped me many years ago, is something I read that said, at the end of the day, you are in business for yourself. Even when you are getting a job, you are just contracting your services to that of the organization you're working for. Honestly, that was a game changer for me. I saw myself as the CEO of You Incorporated. You Incorporated. I was the CEO of You Incorporated. So when somebody gave me a job, when somebody employed me, it was the CEO of You Incorporated entering into a contract, right, of that organization. Come on. And then whatever agreement we reached, yes, was the agreement. It was the CEO of You Incorporated offering services to this organization. It helped me. So I then began to see myself as, as someone in business, right? So you're not paid. The way you expect to be paid changes. The way you expect to be paid changes. See, when you think of that worker structure in the industrial complex, like we've had it, you are paid per hour, right? You are paid per hour. When you are in business, it doesn't take time before you realize that you will shortchange yourself if you charge per hour. And a lot of accountants and lawyers, and so on, do that, charge per hour. No, you charge based on the value that you create and add. You charge based on the value that you create and add. So I solve a problem for you, right? I solve a problem for you, and with it, you make $100,000. I solved that problem in just 1 hour. I did the work in just 1 hour. Question, how much do you pay me? That is fair. You have me on a salary, right? Maybe the salary is $2,000 per month, right? But I solved the $100,000 problem. So for those of us that charge based on value, not on the number of hours worked, the fair amount for me to get is about 10%, right? Which would be $10,000 for doing the work of 1 hour, right? And then I can have the rest of my time to myself to do whatever I like, including going to play golf, right? So, see, I've been championing entrepreneurship now for many years, almost 30 years. Real championing, right? And I realize it is needed now more than ever before. Some 22, 23, 24 years ago, I was running a class on Sunday morning, 7 a.m. I called it the Entrepreneurial class. And there are people spread all over the world right now who are doing amazing in business. Some of them were actually in college at that time, doing amazing in business right now because they paid attention to what I was saying then, even though it did not make sense, especially because I was doing it on a church platform, right? We're back there. It's absolutely important right now that you pay attention to entrepreneurship, right? Don't let anybody confuse you, right? It's not complicated. It's not complicated. It's just you solving a problem for someone and charging what is fair to enable you make a profit. You make a profit when what is coming in is more than what you're spending. In Hausa language in Nigeria, we say chicken na. End of story. That's all. Okay? Good. Yeah. That's the way to go. Switch on your entrepreneurial mindset. And if you're really going to get it, then let it be built on your gifts, your talents, your unique abilities. It's very important. And your passion, right? What you're passionate about, what's the problem that really bothers you? Okay? Let it be built on your genius. Okay? I call it your genius because that is where you offer unique value. Why am I doing this right now? Well, because my genius is in teaching. My genius is in sharing information that I have processed because my mind has the capacity to handle complex information and large volumes of it, but also has the ability to process the things I get and to put them in usable form. Everyone I have met who has read Shifts have told me, wow, it's so powerful, but then the language is very simple for each person to understand. Exactly, that's my point. That's where my genius is. Leadership, people usually discuss leadership with sophisticated grammar, right? How many people know that your vocabulary is tied to your status in any profession? Of course. What makes a doctor a doctor? Is it not the ability to call simple diseases that we know in complicated Latin names, right? What makes a lawyer a lawyer? Is it not the ability to use some of those words in Latin that the rest of us don't understand? Exactly. That's how I get to charge you a lot, because I can diagnose the problem faster than you. Okay? However, this leadership thing is not something we need to make complicated for anybody anymore. We need everybody in on this business. So I wrote it in simple language, but that's where my genius is. 20, 21, 22, 23 years ago, when I was running that entrepreneurial class, the managing editor of the leading financial newspaper in Nigeria at that time came and was attending those classes. And he said, wow, you know what we're going to do? More people need to hear what you're saying. We're going to give you a column in our paper so you can write. So I began to write a column in the paper. In fact, in Dubai, I met the publisher of that financial paper at that time. It was amazing. I was just so excited to see her, right? Okay, so after some time, a lot of people began to read the financial newspaper that would never have read it before, right? And the publishers noticed, and the managing editor came and gave me the feedback. A lot of people were buying their paper who would not have bought before. It was only financial professionals that bought before, right? And maybe executives, right? Now it was now normal to see the average person holding a copy of the newspaper and walking on the street. And they were trying to find out what it was, that made my column so acceptable. I mean, then they would, make a copy of the column and stick it on the board in oil companies, in construction companies, and banks, and so on. Then, can you imagine? And they said it was because I wrote in simple language that the average person could understand, right? Okay, so to me, it looks like a normal thing, but it's actually my genius. So if you check on my bio on social media, you will see there I write, I shift mindsets. I shift mindsets to help leaders see possibilities and to become those possibilities. I spoke some time ago in Canada, and my host said, I know, Dr. Simon as many things. You know him as a consultant, you know him as a coach, you know him as a pastor, you know him as an author. He said, but if you ask me, I'll tell you that he's a brain surgeon. And I thought, oh, wow. Yeah, he says he has the ability to remove the things that should not be in your brain and to put in there the things that need to be there, right? Amazing. Oh, wow. Thank you. Obasanjo Onireti says, I was in the university at that time. I bought the student version because of your column. Amazing. Along with the Harvard Business Review. It's amazing, right? So I'm saying to you that in the world that is evolving right now, right, doing a boring, routinious job in a large organization with a large number of people where you are counted just as a number is not going to really fit going forward, right? People ask me, okay, so do you mean everybody will have to start and run a business? So why does everybody have to take entrepreneurship seriously? And I say, oh no. The point is that the person with the entrepreneurial mindset is the one that adds the greatest value to any organization. We call them intrapreneurs. Intrapreneurs. Yes. You literally create new value for an organization. Sometimes you create a whole new division or a whole new organization because of your ideas, entrepreneurial ideas. They end differently. They will pull you up to the highest level because the people at the highest level in every organization are entrepreneurial in their thinking. Right? Good. So this discussion is just to awaken us to the changes going on in the environment, to challenge us to not give in to our old programming, because that's what shifts is about, right? Changing the programming. And I'm saying, when something has entered your heart or gone into your subconscious, you need to do deep reflection. In order to have self-awareness, you need to do deep reflection and to bring those things out from your subconscious. Ask yourself, why do I think like that? Why do I act like that? Why do I actually believe that? Who told me that? Right? Yeah. Query, how you've been thinking, the things you believed up until this point. then adjust the ones you need to adjust. Some of the proverbs that we absorbed from older people are dangerous. Some of them come from a culture of poverty. The average person raised in Africa doesn't know that poverty is actually part of the culture, that poverty has gone into the subconscious of most of us who were raised on the continent, because poverty and deprivation is all over the continent. You need to bring it out. Ask yourself where you got those ideas from. Without money, you cannot get money. Money is just an idea. With ideas, you can get money. You can make a lot of money without your own money. Right? In fact, we have a riddle in my local language in Nigeria. Oh, somebody said when he is not around, nobody should hold any discussion. Who is that? Then we say it's money. I'm sorry. We've been deceived. We've been deceived, right? The last few times that we met, I was talking about the power of building your personal brand, right? I leveraged my brand when we ran the Shift conference in Lagos, Nigeria in February. Yes, after investing and adding value to people's lives for 30 years, I just approached some of those people and I said, we're running a big conference. The subject we're addressing is very important for social impact. It's leadership. Can you join me? Can you support me in making it happen? We have various categories for partnership. And yeah, the first two people I spoke to agreed, and they gave us a large amount of money that made it possible, right, for us to advertise more than that. And then other people, when they saw, oh, there's such an opportunity, and then people were calling in, we want to be a part of this, we want to be a part of this, right? We couldn't even take everybody in. And at the end, and then I made an announcement. Because of your sponsorship, we are giving free scholarship to students. We brought in some 400 to 500 students and their teachers, right? 100% subsidized. Now that was built on my brand, right? Because I've been adding massive value to people for free. This event is for free. If somebody's going to apply what we're sharing now, what we're discussing right now, it's going to change somebody's life. I'm sure you know that. I'm giving out value, right? So I say to young people, don't follow those get rich quick schemes. Don't deceive people. Don't cheat people. Because at the end of the day, you will find out that integrity is cash. Integrity is cash. There are people I can call on the phone right now, ask them for some amount of money, and they'll transfer it to my account in a jiffy because I have never lied to them before. I've never deceived them before. I've never cheated them before. Right? Good. So I'm just saying that old saying, oh, except you have money, you cannot make money, is dead. Right? So you need to, unpack the programming that is there, change some things, and then practice the new idea, practice the new method, and then you reprogram yourself going forward. I am calling every single one of us to reprogram ourselves with an entrepreneurial mindset. We'll continue this discussion later. I've spoken enough. Good to see you, my dear brother, Pastor Tony. Amazing. Amazing. Oh, thank you. A revolution is here. It's been a long haul for you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's amazing. Okay. So what's going on? 30 years ago, right? Just to talk about the changes going on. 30 years ago, I had to go on radio, right? I was describing this to our daughter yesterday. I had to go on radio. I had to write out the script. I had to travel within my city, to another part of the city to record in the studio. Then my personal assistant took it a long distance to the radio station to play. Right now, this is your radio station. This is your radio station. This is your TV station. This is your newspaper house. It's easier now to build a global business, small business. It's easier now than ever before. Right? Than ever before. Get ready to shift your thinking. It's easier to do business now, global one for that matter. Right? So, but the first thing, let's just adjust our mindset. We can't be shooting only for survival. We can't only be looking for jobs other people have created. Now there's leverage and we can reach people faster than ever before. Is that okay? Thank you. Thank you. I hope this has been helpful. All right. Do you have any questions for me? I know it's late in some places, so we'll take some questions. And yes, Comfort says, I watched a video where one of the AI designers said all that emotions and every deficiency it has been worked on. What they think we should fear is how not to overprogram it in order not to cause chaos. Oh yeah, you hear some of the leading names in technology today, warning and warning. You program these things, one day, if they develop a mind of their own, they will decide to get rid of us human beings. There will always be the ethical side to all new innovations and inventions in our world. There will always be. That's what we should fight about. But that change will not happen. Difficult to fight, right? Wow. Yes. Obasanjo says, I bought Financial Times student copy during my university days in the Lord. Wow, because of your column. Thank you. Good. So Muro Mubo is asking, what would you say is the secret to your success, both in ministry and business? And as a female entrepreneur, what is your advice on becoming a person of influence, considering the stereotype we often face? Thank you. The answer to that is a conference. Let me give some short answers, right? Secret to success. Secret to success. Principles. First, now I'll let you know, there hardly is ever one single factor that is responsible for success, right? Hardly ever. It's a combination of several factors. The one core thing that really changed my life is the recognition that life is both science and art. Leadership is also science and art. Success is also science and art. The science part is the part that is predictable. It's like gravity. It's science, right? It's a principle. It has no respect for your temperament or for your gender or for your social status or for your race. Gravity is gravity. Whoever you are, you jump from the roof of a 10-story building, you're coming down, right? So there's that part of success. One of the basic principles for success is you must have a dream. You must have a vision. There must be a picture in your imagination that is the future that you want. It's so powerful the way it works. I can't even fully explain it. The thing is, it colors your eyes. It influences the way you see things. If you decide right now to buy a red Lamborghini, yes, you can afford it, and you decide, I want to buy a red Lamborghini. You make that decision right now. You will be shocked. It won't take long before you will see one on the road. It's amazing the way it works. My first car, a Nissan Bluebird, the moment I decided that was what I wanted to buy, was it golden brownish color? Now I began to see the car. I had never seen the brand before, right? I began to see it on the road in my city. It's amazing, right? That's the power of vision, that picture. You will begin to recognize the people that will help you make it happen. You'll begin to recognize opportunities that will help you make it happen. Recognize, it's amazing, right? So vision is a principle. What you see inside today is what you will see on the outside tomorrow. I tell people the human mind functions like a camera. The picture that you print there, that is what life will print out for you in real life. You want to change what life is printing out for you, change the image that is established on the camera or on the film, on the memory card. So you have some of those basic principles. You have principles like persistence. If you are one person that tries again and again and again and again and again, and you will definitely succeed more than the person that tries only once and abandons it because it's not working, right? So I would say you have those principles. Principles make success predictable. If I throw my phone up 10,000 times, my phone will come down 10,000 times. And I don't need a prophet to tell me that. So the principle is the prophecy. Makes success predictable. And it has no respect for persons. So I would say that to a large extent is very, very is responsible to a large extent for my success. So once you value principles, you'll never stop reading, because you want to read other people's stories and experiences, and you're looking for the principles. After some time, you easily recognize the principles in practically everybody's story. But there is the other part that is art, and that's the part that is nuanced, that is unique for each person. Those parts that are unique for each situation, you will have to contextualize principles there and adapt them, So I have built organizations in Africa. Okay. I've run in the UK. I'm running organizations in the US. I have to adapt. Each environment is different. Each culture is different. That's the art part. And it starts with you as a person. So it doesn't matter if I read the stories of 1,000 successful people in the world. I'm a unique person. So I have to identify my uniqueness, right? I referred to it earlier on. I have to identify my uniqueness and build on it. That's the art part of leadership. I hope that helps. And you did ask about being a female entrepreneur, on becoming a person of influence, concerning stereotypes. Yes, I agree that there are stereotypes, there are hurdles. I'll just ask first, don't print them on your mind. Because remember, once you entertain them, that's what you will see everywhere you go. So disregard them, right? Disregard them. Let me illustrate the two things I've said with my experience in learning how to play golf. So the first thing they teach you in golf is the swing, how to make a perfect swing so that the iron hits the ball and the ball goes where you want it to go. And when my coach was training me on how to make the swing, I had a persistent problem. I was missing the ball. Once I did this swing, brought the iron down, I would miss the ball. So my trainer said, I know what your problem is. You lift your eye from the ball because you want to see where the ball is going. I said, yes, you're right. I want to see where the ball is going. He said, don't worry about that. Okay? When you put that ball there, you put the iron next to it, look at the ball, look at where you want the ball to go, and then make your swing. He said, let me give you this advice. He said, until you hear the sound of the iron hitting the ball, don't lift your head. Those of us here will help you look at where the ball is going. I said, thank you. So I will follow that advice. I'll get the ball. After some time, something will hit again. So after my training session, a lady walked up to me and said, I saw you struggling with hitting the ball. So let me give you this advice. He said, the creator is so wonderful in the way he's wired the human brain. He said, when you stand on that ball with your iron down, he said, look at that ball. Then tilt your head to look at where you want the ball to go. Then bring your head down to that ball. He said, just effect your swing. Don't worry about where the ball will go. He said, that direction that was registered in your brain, that's where that ball is going. I said, what? Can you see the power of vision also working there in golfing? The other illustration has to do with the day I was going on the fairway, and then I came across two trees. I wanted to hit the ball, but the two trees were standing right in front of me there on my path. I was paralyzed. Then the gentleman with me, the caddy, said, "Sir, what's the problem?" I said, "Can't you see the trees? What do I want to do with the ball?" The guy said, "Sir, can you see trees? There are no trees. Or are there trees?" I thought, are you playing tricks on me or what? He said, "Disregard the trees." He said, "I was intentional in choosing the iron that I gave you. Perform your perfect swing." He said it would take that ball over those trees and go ahead on the fairway. Oh, I said, "Thank you." I hit the ball. The ball went straight for the tree. He says, "I know what happened. It's the tree. It's the trees that were in your mind." So that's what I'm saying. You should disregard those stereotypes or whatever. Shatter the ceilings, right? Bring your uniqueness in, and be intentional in getting mentors, male mentors, female mentors, who would be able, who especially have been able to shatter those stereotypes. They'll be able to help you further. Okay, someone is asking, is Shifts available on audio format? They're working on it. The world's largest distributor of audiobooks is producing the audio format for Shifts. The launch date is May 6, 2025. May 6, 2025, the audio version of Shifts will be available. I think it's actually already available on, is it Audible on Amazon? I think they're running a trial test at the moment for some people. Right. MM is asking, personal branding, where do I start from? If you go on my YouTube page, you will see the last 2 live sessions. I think it's also on LinkedIn, right? We spoke about personal branding. So you can just, just enjoy, right? If you go further down on my LinkedIn page, you will find it. Some previous live sessions, at least 2 of them, that were on personal branding, especially the immediate past one. Tina Shea is asking, how can we take advantage of AI in the church, and to what extent should we apply it without risking our values? Well, technology is generally neutral, just like money is neutral. It depends on the values of whoever is using the technology, right? So I would say that there are various ways that AI could be useful. Bible study is one major area. Bible study. If a church really wants its members to grow, it will encourage its members to read the Bible for themselves. And these days, it's just fantastic. We used to carry some big books like the Strong's Concordance, Matthew Henry Commentary, and things like that. And right now, you want to research on one verse and find out commentaries. They're online, and AI will help you bring them out in seconds, right? So you can really understand. You can understand the Greek words used, the Hebrew words used, the original meaning of a verse. You can compare many translations of a verse fast. So Bible study, fantastic, right? Then when it comes to maybe writing books, research, and things like that, fantastic. The people in the creative arts would find AI very useful because of the speed with which they can create graphics, and all that. Your drama group wants to create a script AI would come in and create a script for them in 5 minutes that would have taken 5 days before. It's amazing. The possibilities are just phenomenal. That's it. Okay, additional is in developing an entrepreneurial mindset, what do you need to do more? Well, it just means that whereas people run away from problems, you need to look for problems. Look for problems to solve, right? Look for problems to solve. Look for people that have those problems, that can afford to pay you. Okay, look for people that have problems that can afford to pay you. Don't forget there's non-profit business, right? NGO, church, charity organizations. Usually you serve people that cannot afford to pay you. So you have to look for other people that will help to fund your mission. But if it's a business, you got to find people who can pay. There's no point chasing people who cannot pay. You will be frustrated. And I think that's one of the major things that frustrates people from doing business, chasing the wrong set of people. So additional is asking, what is the Shift book? I joined late. What is the Shift book and who is the author? This is the Shift book. It's a new book published by one of the biggest publishers in the world, John Wiley and Sons. Okay. So it's available worldwide on major platforms. The Shifts is an acronym for see, hear, seeing, hearing, insight, formulate, transform, and succeed. It's a transformation methodology. And the author is yours truly. I authored it, right? It's my latest book. I found out most transformation efforts in our world fail. People want to change their lives. It just doesn't work. Organizations want to change. It doesn't work. Nations trying to change. It doesn't work. But I have applied this transformation methodology for almost 30 years with outstanding results. I came from low-level ground floor in Nigeria, okay, to become someone with a global following, okay? So, and you will see a lot of my stories in the book. So that's what the Shifts is about. It helps you to create multiple shifts in your life and in the lives of other people. Okay. One or two more. I consider myself bad in the business of buying and selling things. I want to build myself as the business itself. I need tips to staying consistent in what I feel I should be doing. Okay. Oh, so this is the point, right? Like I said, especially based on the Shifts principles. You need to become a new person. That's what the Shifts principles actually do. Most transformation efforts fail because we behave like someone who decided to build a 3-story building, designed for 3-story building and all that. And then after building 2 floors, the person decided the 3 stories will not be sufficient. I want to have a 10-story building. And then the person continues to add floors without changing the design or anything. What will happen? It will collapse. That's how most people try to create change on their lives. We're trying to add new things to our lives that our lives don't have the capacity to carry. Les Brown said, for you to do something you have never done before, you need to become someone you have never been before. So I would say the fact that you believe that you are bad in the business of buying and selling itself needs to change. We need a new you. Okay, you need to reprogram your own mindset, reprogram yourself. So read new books, set new goals for yourself, create a new picture of the new you and stick it on the wall in your bedroom where you can see it every day. Or write the goal somewhere where you can read it every day. The new you. In fact, do an exercise, carry out an exercise. My life on this date, today's date, right? Do it, fix that date in exactly 5 years. My life on so date in the year 2030. What time will you wake up? What will your room look like then? Right? Who will be living in the same house with you? As you take off to go to the office, what kind of a car will you be driving in? What will your office look like? What will your work look like, and so on? That's how you create a new you. And you want to read and read and read until it enters, until it registers inside there and begins to influence the choices you make and the behavior you put up from today. Okay? Read a lot of books on selling. Read books on selling. Most people are not born with selling skills. We learn them, right? And then practice and practice and practice and practice until you identify what works, and then you do more and more and more and more of that, and then you become a guru. I promise you, overnight success takes a few years, right, of doing the right thing. Regina is asking, in growing a business outside itself as an entrepreneurial personality, good to see you, Regina, okay, who started without no capital. How can one employ her team to help in the expansion of our organization? Okay, so the point, of course, is that you've got to get the first things right first. Make sure you're solving a real problem. Make sure you are serving people who can pay. Make sure you are making profit. Make sure the demand is outstripping the supply, because that's when you can control the price to your advantage. You control the factors of demand and supply, basics in economics, right? To make sure that there is greater demand than what you can supply. Then you can manage the expansion, right? Then you can add people and you can afford to do so without the business dying. Okay? But we've got to get the first things that we're solving a major problem that people want solved. A major problem. And then you have a good number of people that have that problem and that they can pay, right? There's one interesting thing to pricing, but this one takes courage. I'll just throw it in there. I don't have time to explain it today. The more you raise your price, the more you'll be surprised at how profitable your business will be. The easier things will be for you, but it takes a lot of courage for people to do it. At first, you may lose some customers, but the ones you will gain, they will make life easier for you. It's easier to make $1,000 from one person than to make it from 1,000 people. I'll leave it at that for today. Okay, so on May 23 and 24, we have an event coming up in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, listen, this is an opportunity you need to grab fast. May 23 and 24, we have an event in Nigeria that we call the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable. Pay attention to the word accelerator. It's for those people who, recognizing that you have a lot of changes going on, don't want to shrink, want to respond to the changes with speed, with multiplication. You want to go 10x, 100x, even 1000x. That's what this is about. It's not a big event like the Shift, where we have thousands of people, Shift conference. No. This one will be having maybe like 50 to 75 people. And people are grabbing the seats already. So I just want to recommend, grab your own seat fast, right? Good. Go on my link tree. The link is there. Any platform where you are, right? Social media, or you can just go to linktr.ee, link tree, right? linktr.ee/Samadeyeme to take you to the page. All the things I do are there. Right? Somebody was asking if I run a mentorship program, right? You will see it there. It's called Inner Circle. Yes, we have a group of people, small number of people that I meet with on Zoom. We see ourselves, we discuss They share testimonials of the changes that have happened in their lives. And then I share with them some deeper secrets, right? And we meet once a month for a small amount of money, right? It's also there on that link tree, Inner Circle. And then you have the BLA, Business and Leadership Accelerator. So the Lagos one is May 23 and 24. On the 23rd, we'll meet together for dinner. That's Friday evening, right? We'll meet together for dinner and for networking. That's part of where you make your money back. Some people, that's where they make their money back from an event. The person you will meet there and the relationship that will develop. Saturday, we'll have the sessions together, and I'm having some of my business friends come in, experienced business people. We will solve real problems for people there that day. We'll do lunch together, share some more, maybe till about 4 p.m. or so, and then people can go where they want to go, right? And very soon, we'll be sharing the short list for the same BLA Toronto, Canada. It's June 13 and 14. Yes, June 13 and 14. The BLA will be coming to Toronto, Canada. July 8 to 11, we're having the C-suite retreat in Dubai. Now, this is highest level of events that we run. It's for founders, top people in business. The people you will meet there will pay your money. So they will make your investment valuable, but we keep the number small. Maybe like 20, maximum 25 people. This one is exclusive. I met someone in Dubai last week that said our organization is sending 3 people, right? So the seats are almost practically gone. If you're interested in learning about that, send us an email. info@samadeyemiglc.com, and our team members will discuss with you very quickly on how to grab one of the few seats left, okay? If you live in the DMV area in the United States, that's right, the Maryland area, right? The Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia area. The Shift conference is coming to Maryland in September. A wait list is coming up very soon for that too, right? Exactly. So please, now, so what happened? Why do we have wait lists? Whenever we release the tickets for an event, it's the people on the wait list that will give the opportunity to grab their own seats first. And then others can grab whatever is left. Good. I answer one more question, and I think we're done for today. I don't want to keep us for too late. That's it. I could stay here until tomorrow. I enjoy this, but some people need to go to sleep. Yes. You're in Lagos, or you may be even in Ghana or wherever. If you can find your way to Lagos, the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable is the firm is asking, I have tried attending the DLA. I missed the executive class due to a ministry assignment schedule for that date. I decided to register for the basic class. I learned a module has been done. Is there a way we can get the first module of the basic leadership? Because sorry, it's gone, because it's a live class, you know. It's a live class. I was just so excited being in class. That was like 2 weeks ago or so. And it was hybrid, because some people ask from around the world, oh, how can we attend the DLA? We're running the modules now. So I would just say the announcement for the second module is coming up shortly. Just look out for that, okay? Look out for that. So you can do module 2, module 3, module 4. We give you a certificate for each module, and then you can then complete module 1 later. Right? When you've done the whole round, then we'll give you the complete certificate for the basic program. So yes, please pay attention to for the announcement very shortly coming up for module 2. Each module is very useful and very powerful. Thank you for asking, right? If you want to know about the Daystar Leadership Academy programs, it's dlaonline.org, okay? dlaonline.org. Some people ask, do you do one-on-one? coaching, mentoring? Yes, I do. Actually, I'm not getting younger, right? And time is my most valuable resource. That's how we entrepreneurs think, and leaders, right? So these days I devote most of my time to high-level leaders because they affect so many people's lives, right? They affect so many people's lives. So yes, I do one-on-one coaching. If you want to find out how that works, send us an email, info@samadeyemiglc.com. Okay, we call it a discovery call. It will just be a discussion, no obligations, right? But it will help you to understand how it was, because most people actually can't imagine that I do that kind of a thing, but I do. All right. So thank you, everyone, for joining us today. I hope this has been helpful. Has this been helpful? Has this been helpful? When is Shift Conference coming to Canada? 2026. Okay. So we'll do the BLA in Toronto this June. We will likely do the BLA also in Calgary, Canada, right? We'll shift it to the West Coast, and then we'll do the Shift Conference 2026, okay? All right. Maryland, very soon, very Shift Conference DMV, September 2025, very soon. We actually practically have everything ready, right? All right. So you'll hear from us soon. Good. That's it. Thank you. Yes, I was trying to be sure. If you're in the Maryland area, this is it. join.samadeyemi.com/waitlist USA. You can take a screenshot right now or quickly write it down. Yes. Join the wait list. The space we're using is limited. We are absolutely certain this conference is going to be oversubscribed. When you get there when we eventually send you the page for registration, we'll have the general session, we'll have the VIP session. Please. Oluwaseun says the UK is waiting too. Good. We'll put out a wait list not long from now. We've been getting requests from the US, from the UK. We want to test. We want to be sure people are going to be there. People are going to attend before we show up. Okay. So thank you, Dr. Obed. Thank you, Dr. Obed. Join the wait list. Shift Conference DMV. Shift Conference DMV. September 2025. Okay. All right. Let's close up this way. If this has been helpful, can you help me to type Y, letter Y, in the chat room for yes? Y for yes, right? In the top, if I get 5, I'll be satisfied that we did well today. Okay, and then we can go sleep and have an amazing week. Oh, thank you so much, Kombi. Thank you, Dr. Steven. Thank you. Oh my God, I got more than 5 already. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. If you are in our inner circle, we'll let you know when we're meeting very soon. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful evening. Have an amazing week ahead. Much love from all of us here and all our team members. Dear leader, the time of increased uncertainty, unpredictability, and volatility is not a time to shrink, it's a time to multiply. It's a time to expand. And that's exactly what we'll be doing at the Business and Leadership Accelerator Roundtable on May 23 and 24 in Lagos, Nigeria. I have passionately supported entrepreneurs and high-level professionals the last few decades to unleash their potential and to realize them. So this is going to be a very special event. I'm inviting two of my experienced business friends to join me in answering questions in solving real problems. So the smartest thing you could do right now, grab your seat, and then I'll see you on May 23. Their leader.